Question number 12, Denis O'Rourke.
To the Prime Minister, does he stand by his reported statement on New Zealand superannuation? Key's promise not to tinker with the pension age was a product of its time.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I stand by my full statement, which was that was a product of its time where there was a need to establish trust. And I think it was a sound decision then because the election was followed by a recession which could have caused real insecurity for older people.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Why should anyone approaching retirement trust him not to change the age of eligibility, means testing or universality for New Zealand superannuation?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, because government policy is clear that National Super will remain in the current way it's calculated, and actually through some pretty tough times the government has been tested on that. So National Super has risen at twice the rate of inflation during the period that this government has been in place.
That's a very good record.
Supplementary question, David Seymour.
Can the minister confirm that raising the age of entitlement for New Zealand Super would not affect Denis O'Rourke or anyone else over 67?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Order.
Speaker, point of order.
Order. Order.
Left them out.
Order.
Double
Order. I just want to hear the point of order.
Mr Speaker, because I suspect that the nature of that question is a personalised attack on certain members of Parliament here, and which is likely to lead this order, and very quickly if he carries on that line, then that question should be really stopped, because it's not in the Minister's purview to consider any personal circumstance here when it's about a category of people who are retired. He's talking about members of Parliament, which is not part of his authority or ambit of operation.
Speaking to the point of order.
I'll hear from David Seymour.
Mr Speaker, far from it. I was simply seeking to illustrate the question by reference to a fine, upstanding Member of Parliament who happens to be a bit senior.
Order. And I was hoping that that point of order might have helped. But the question in my mind wasn't derogatory of any member. It wasn't delivered in that way. The question is in order, and it can be addressed by the Prime Minister. Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, there's no possibility there.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Denis O'Rourke.
Why should anyone trust him not to reduce the amount of New Zealand superannuation when in 1998, when he was Associate Minister of Finance, there was a reduction from 65% to 60% of the average wage?
Whoa, shameful.
Insofar as this Prime Minister responsibility, Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Well, Mr Speaker, the legislation in this House sets out the formula by which national superannuation is calculated, and there's no intentional policy to change that.
And that concludes questions for